Hello everyone and welcome. Now, a few days back I put together a short video looking at some of the most plausible or probable rumors about the upcoming iPhone 13 and concluded that, well, there are a few improvements here and there, but nothing major over the outgoing iPhone 12 generation. Now, that video left an unanswered question. We still have 2 months to go, give or take, until the iPhone 13 makes its appearance, and the question is, should you buy an iPhone 12 now, or are you better off waiting? Now, before I go any further, for anyone that's new here, my name's Andre, I'm a tech enthusiast, and I do tech videos for the fun of it. So let's get started. Okay, so back to our question. The short and easy answer is no, don't buy an iPhone 12 right now. But life is a bit more complicated than that, and of course there's a longer version of that answer as well. See, this is the unfortunate side of the world of tech, because there's so much hype each year surrounding new releases, new phones, new gadgets, new whatever, that there's this immense pressure on buyers. Like, new features are dangled in front of us like carrots, and we just can't help ourselves. We go for them every single time. Now, particularly this year, it seems that the improvements won't be that dramatic. What I've heard a lot is people saying, oh, the cameras are going to be greatly improved, bigger sensors, better stabilization overall. Well, you know what? The cameras on the 12 are actually pretty amazing. I mean, here's some photos that a friend shared. They took on their vacation recently. They're all shot with the iPhone 12 Pro with no filters and absolutely no effects added on, and they look absolutely amazing. And let me break another thing to you. Yeah, that's an iPhone 12 Pro, but you don't even need that to take very good pictures. I've recently reviewed here on the channel the iPhone XS and the cheaper iPhone SE 2020, and guess what? Both those phones still take amazing pictures. And I get it, there's a lot of hype surrounding the cameras in the iPhone 13, but the reality is we're not going from a monochrome 2 megapixel sensor to the Hubble telescope all in one generation, okay? So there's gonna be improvements, but they're gonna be a little bit more mild. And the reality is that I kind of hate the hype associated with the industry, but it is what it is. Okay, so industry bashing talk is over now. Let's get on with answering the question. And I'm going to break it down on every one of the 4 models in the iPhone range, because the iPhone 13 range will actually mimic the iPhone 12 range one for one. So let's start with the iPhone 12 mini. And here, I'm not going to give a verdict because I am very biased. I love my 12 mini. I've actually reviewed it here on the channel. I think it's a fantastic little phone. It's a small form factor flagship with all of the features of the regular iPhone 12, and I love mine to bits. The iPhone 13 will get some improvements over it, the most meaningful of which may be the increased battery life, which, coupled with a more efficient chip inside, may actually mean longer battery life overall, and that's pretty much the only weakness that I've heard a lot of people complain about the 12 mini. However, if you're willing to go bargain hunting, you need to remember that the 12 mini has sold relatively poorly compared to the rest of the range, which means retailers will probably be more eager than ever to get rid of the stock, and you may actually find pretty good deals in the used market. This is a rather tough choice, so I'm not going to give a definitive answer with this one. I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to be keeping the 12 mini as my daily driver for the foreseeable future. I have no incentive to upgrade to the 13 mini at launch, maybe some months down the line, but that remains to be seen. Now let's move to the main phone in the range, the regular iPhone 12. This has been the mainstay of the range. It appeals to the most people by design. Basically, Apple removes some of the features that they leave on the Pros, but make the price more attractive overall. So this leaves the iPhone 12 as a very compelling phone for the majority of people. And it excels at that. It's absolutely a fantastic phone. Now, should you actually buy it in the couple of months left until the iPhone 13 launches? I'm going to say the decision here is a clear-cut yes, because guess what? Apple usually keeps the main device in the lineup for sale for another year, so I'm going to guess the iPhone 12 will stay on sale next year, hopefully. And even if it doesn't, the 13 itself won't have that many improvements over it. Again, slightly larger battery, slightly better cameras, slightly smaller notch. I'm using the word slightly a lot, so you get the drift. So if, let's say, your phone dropped on the pavement and it's all cracked or you desperately need a new one, you can go a lot worse than buying an iPhone 12. The caveat being, you need to shop around, as most retailers or carriers know that the phone is approaching the end of its life cycle, so they will be more incentivized to offer deals on it. That gives you an opportunity to grab one a bit cheaper than the sticker price. Remember that if it remains on sale next year as well, Apple usually will discount the phones that it keeps on sale by about $100 or so, so don't pay anywhere near the sticker price on the iPhone 12. Also on the used market, there's going to be a lot of opportunities because, well, guess what? People are going to be looking to get rid of the 12, so they pre-order the brand new 13. You might end up finding rather good deals for phones that still have quite a bit of warranty left in them, so all in all, pretty nice. The usual caveats apply though: don't buy devices in poor shape, be very careful, be sure that everything is functioning properly, and well, if a deal looks too good to be true, that's because it usually is. Last but not least, I'm gonna bundle the 12 Pro and Pro Max together, and this is the most difficult decision in the entire lineup, and not necessarily because it's the most difficult to take, but it's the most difficult for me to adapt to. Basically, most of the improvements in the iPhone 13 range will be focused entirely on the 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max, so I would stay away from the 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max over the next 2 months or so. Don't get me wrong, both are still absolutely amazing devices, but they're nowhere near worth the sticker price knowing what's upcoming in the 13 range. So if you're gonna try and shop around for one of these now, make sure you don't pay anywhere near sticker price and try to find discounts wherever you can. I'm gonna say probably your best bet again is the used market, but everything I said for the 12 still applies here. Be very careful of deals that again sound too good to be true. Only go for either of these phones in top-notch condition because, well, the repairs are expensive. So a small crack on the screen can end up costing multiple hundreds of dollars if the phones are out of warranty, so be very careful about that. So this has been a rather difficult video to do today because I have two of the phones that I don't recommend you buying anymore, the 12 mini and the 12 Pro Max. I'm gonna stick by what I said. The iPhone 12 still makes a ton of sense at the right price. Again, don't pay sticker price for it, while the other three, I wouldn't necessarily recommend them. So maybe my advice is wrong, but I'm just gonna tell you what I am personally going to do with the two phones that I have. Like I said before, the 12 mini will remain my daily driver for the foreseeable future, and I have no intention of changing it out. The 12 Pro Max though, well, I'm gonna have to sell it on because I am actually going to pre-order the 13 Pro Max, and hopefully today we just got Apple acknowledging for the first time ever that maybe the iPhone 13 will be impacted by the chip shortage that's impacted pretty much every single industry out there for the past year or so. Hopefully that's not the case, and hopefully I'll be able to get the 13 Pro Max on schedule just after launch. And that's pretty much it for today's video. If you found the video useful or interesting, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. That would mean the world to me. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.